basis at varying levels, and you've started to build teams and maybe obviously different levels of income, which is great. But to take your business to the silver, gold, and really especially beyond those levels, there's another P word that you or we must all apply, and that word is promoting. Promoting. One of our mentors, Jim Rohn, used to say that learning the art of promotion pays big money. And I've seen that now. Listening, as Greg Bibb said earlier, to building your network marketing business. I remember hearing those things, but now that I've been living it, I know that it's true, very applicable. John, you are no doubt a master promoter. And if you don't mind, when it comes to things like home events, basic home events, or even just local events, would you share your mindset as it comes to promoting these events?
Sure thing, and thanks so much, Dee, for those kind words. And folks, the big key to this business is promotion. So the one thing, if you leave here this weekend with one thing, is you've got to learn to promote, whether it be yourself, your team, the products, the company. You've got to be willing to talk, be passionate. We've all established people buy you first, and you have to have that fire. But what you have to do is you have to get the word out, get the Zija word out to a massive number of people, and learn how to promote. As Don King always would say when he was promoting fights, be a master promoter, because promotion pays well. One of the things we like to do is promote events, and we make that into competitions. Our team recently, this last year, we've paired up with Chris S. to do the Life Unlimited Academies, and what Chris said is if you can get 100 in front of me, I'll be there. So we've been able, Will Weaver, Dee Hutchins, and myself, we've been able to establish the two biggest LUAs in the company history. Not only did we have 100 there, we had over 200 in the Louisville and Bowling Green markets, only a few months apart, because what we did is we had that culture and we had those expectations that if you're a part of this company, you're part of the team, you need to be there. What you need to do is put on your calendar the LUA on this date, and that takes precedence over everything else that's going to happen. Because folks, as you know, things will happen, things will come up, people will need a babysitter, there'll be ball games on weekends, but if you have it there and it's entrenched in your calendar, that means you're committed and you're there. So Dee, what we try to do, whether it's a big event, a local event, or whatever, we try to make a big deal of it. We of course put on Facebook, we of course send out mass texts like everybody does, but we do confirmation calls. We do other calls and say, hey, just want to make sure you understand how big of an event this is this weekend. We've got so-and-so coming in. I need not only you there, but I need as many people as you can get there. We make it a big deal, because if you don't make it a big deal, it won't be. And so our goal in this company is to promote from event to event and make the next event the best event.
Fantastic. What about something as simple as a team call? You know, all of us are part of some kind of team call, I'm sure, on a regular basis. And, you know, understand this, to many people in Zija is nothing more to them than a box that arrives at their house every month. That's all it is, unless they're connected in some way. So we encourage people to be on a weekly team call, but John, you go beyond that. We try to go beyond that. You actually promote team calls.
Well, folks, once again, team calls are a big deal. If you don't make it a big deal, it's not a big deal. We do them certain time, certain day, and you need to be there. You not only need to be there, but all your new people need to be there. We add value to people when they listen to the call. We have training segments, we have testimonies, we have other things as far as announcements, incentives, that's going to help them grow their business. And you got to put that fear of losing out if they're not on the call. Everybody in here has a team. Whether you're a builder or you're a diamond elite, you've got a team, and you have that responsibility to your people. And you have to understand that's a huge responsibility. And you just can't go away. You just can't sign up a couple people and hope that they're going to go and build a business, because it's not going to happen. You have to have those expectations and that culture for your people, and we provide that with the various things that we have in our culture of our group as far as incentives, calls, events, etc.
Great. Well, listen, I used to have the mindset that, hey, we have a team call scheduled. It's your responsibility to be on there. I've told you about it. That's the end of my responsibility. We were also taught early in this business that it's not really a good thing to drag people around, drag distributors around. But I want to let you know there's a difference between dragging and serving. There's a difference between dragging and serving. It's our responsibility to promote and therefore serve people. Jesus didn't talk about leadership a lot, but when he did, he talked about serving other people. And these actions that John is talking about up here right now, these promoting actions, they're not popular with a lot of people. They're not popular because you're not getting patted on the back for it. All these phone calls, these things behind the scenes that are going on, I refer to them as really grunt work, things that have to take place to achieve real success. But these are the things that separate leadership or leaders. You want to stand out, you've got to do these kind of things behind the scenes, the promoting type actions, and again, you're not going to get patted on the back for it. John, a big part of promoting is the art of communication, being able to communicate very effectively. Now, you've gone out of your way to prepare an actual weekly newsletter where people can subscribe for free and it arrives every week at their house. Why did you take the time to prepare a weekly newsletter?
Okay, first of all, you need to be plugged in. Everybody needs to know what goes on because everybody has a life outside of Zija. 99.9% of the people work this part-time as well as I do, and most people let life get in their way. They let other things happen. Sometimes you do an audit at the end of the week and you figure out you haven't worked your business much. So what we try to do is take that variable away. We have a newsletter, we have testimonies, business and product testimonies. We feature a Who's Hot section on who's doing well in the organization. We highlight those people. We have rank advances, we have professional development, all types of things in there so people can learn and grow their business. You've all heard the saying as far as recognition, babies cry for it, grown men die for it, and people love a pat on the back. And all of these earnings are great, but I can tell you a lot of the earners up here tonight, we're just as happy to be able to be in front of our teams and be publicized for some of the earnings that we've accomplished. And it's not always about the money, it's about other things. And so we try to instill that, and we always try to look for ways to promote people, to give them a pat on the back, and to help them grow their business.
So promoting home events, promoting local events, promoting conventions, promoting team calls. A lot of work goes into those things. You also just mentioned promoting people. Why is it so important to promote people?
First of all, you have to provide hope to people. You have to give them the confidence that they can go out and that they need to do this business. There's a lot of people in this room that when they got started, they didn't know if they could do it or not until somebody told them they could. It's almost like we needed permission. And somebody comes to you and says, hey, you can do this. What I tell people is, hey, you can do this in a big time way. You got to help people be better than what they are until they figure out how to get there. So we provide that for people, and they determine the altitude that they accomplish.
Outstanding. We're not asking you guys to go out and start a weekly newsletter, okay? But there are definitely some things from a promoting standpoint that we all in here can do after you arrive back home on Monday. So if you're taking notes, which I hope you are, I'm going to share 4 things that I would recommend that we all apply starting Monday. Number 1, recognition. In other words, promoting people. It's free. We all can do it. What's an example of that? Well, you go to a home event. You're presenting. Whoever's hosting the event, maybe stand them up and recognize them for a moment. Maybe somebody just started, they enrolled their first person, or they just hit builder. Bring them up in front of the room or in front of the home and recognize them. Pick up the phone and call people in your organization and encourage them and check on them, highlight what they've done, say hey, you're doing great. You might think, well, I'm just a silver executive and nobody wants to hear from me. If somebody just enrolled and they haven't even enrolled their first person yet, you're a silver executive. You're where they would love to be at some point. It does mean something when you call them, okay? So recognition, very important. Number 2, never miss an event or a team call. Never. You're not going to do it. You're just not going to miss. Why? Because people are watching. You're promoting to people how important it is by your actions. And then another thing that we like to do is we like to call some of our teammates after team calls, for example, and ask them, what'd you learn? What'd you like about that call? And if I promise you, if some of you do that, you might be surprised. You assume a lot of people are on the calls, and you might find out they're not really listening in like you think they are. So you're promoting before the call, you're calling and checking on some after the call and finding out what they learned. That takes effort, it's grunt work, but that's the art of promoting. Very important. Number 3, promote with your wallet. Promote with your wallet. When people start to earn extra income inside this opportunity, many times they're looking for the 50-inch screen TV, the European vacation, the next car they can get. You ought to be putting money back into your team, into your business. You're building a team of people. You need to be incentivizing people with your money. Okay? You've been blessed to get some extra money. Don't turn around and try to serve yourself with it necessarily. Serve your team. And in the long run, again, as Jim Rohn said, that promotion pays big money. And number 4, as John just mentioned, it's our job to promote hope, to paint a picture of what people can be. You have to continually paint that picture and keep people going. As John likes to point out, people can go sideways in this in just a few days to a few weeks. It's our job to continue to serve people and keep that picture, that vision in front of them about what they can be.
And Dee, with promotion, just like, in real estate, it's location, location, location. Folks, in this business, it's promotion, promotion, promotion. Our team does a great job. Will Weaver's one of the best promoters in this company. He's the one that showed me how to make everything a big deal. It's a big deal. So Dee, we all know that the most important thing to promote is you. How do you go about that?
Guys, let me close with this. Let me just ask you a question. Does anybody here really believe that you can serve or lead other people if you don't serve and lead yourself? I mean, think about that. As I've traveled around and experienced a lot of folks in the last several years, it's amazing to me how many people will come to an event like this and try to learn business building activities, but yet they don't physically take care of themselves. We're in a health and wellness company, folks. Mike Sims likes to say you can't sell the dream to people if you look like a nightmare. One of your jobs is to serve yourself well by physically taking care of yourself. Hydrate, sleep, get in the gym. We got the nutrition part down. Ken helped us with that. Okay? The other thing is personal development. Greg Bibb did a great job of explaining the importance of personal development. I spent some time with John Maxwell at the end of last year, and I'll close with this. He said, if you're going to be a leader, you've got to do 2 things. This is pretty simple. 2 things. You must have a personal growth plan. It's a must. You must be growing yourself every day. And the other thing is you must be productive. You must be the person that is modeling, not telling people what to do, showing them what to do. John and I really appreciate your time, and I hope God blesses all of our efforts. Take care.